If you took one look at my team that I'm bringing and asked all of them to fight enemies with armor slayers, hammers, beast killers, worm slayers, spears, and silver weapons, you'd be right in saying that they would struggle. Thankfully, despite this pretty much being what all of the enemies on this map have, it isn't too hard to deal with them thanks to the enemies only coming in waves. It's also helped by the dragon veins letting me take out multiple enemies at a time, though since there's only one unit that can even use them, I won't be able to utilize them as much as I would normally hope for. I'm still going to be getting a decent amount of gold though, enough to carry me over for the next few chapters at least. It's going to be such a relief to finally have some form of money again, since I've been pretty poor since around chapter 14. The first turn is spent setting up my units near the closest dragon vein to get as many units in it as once. The only exact placements that matter are Baruka, Effie, Korn, and Gunther, but I'm moving all of them anyways to set reference points for future turns. There are still 3 enemies that aren't in range of the dragon vein. Conveniently, 3 is the exact number of enemies I'm able to lunge. By lunging this paladin diagonally, I'm able to shelter with parry to transfer Baruka back to the spot inside the dragon vein's range, letting me get both of them.
How bothersome. You have my support.
Gunther lunges the final enemy in range, so I'm able to get 3,000 gold from the first wave of enemies. That's enough to buy a Master Seal already, which is priority number 1 for a lot of my team.
Let's do this! I'm with you. What?
Felicia and Tsubaki can heal up Baruka and Effie, while I have Laszlo and Replica move closer to the enemies on the right. Enemy movements are surprisingly consistent here.
We've got trouble.
This turn is spent moving everyone in a better position just outside of enemy range. I'll be killing all of them since I couldn't find a way to safely get them to a dragon vein before the next waves came in.
Remain focused.
No dying on me. This is my mission. Let's share this one. What should we do?
With Seal Defense, Baruka can do exact damage with the Steel Axe. Pretty cool. The bottom side is a little trickier to deal with, but it's still consistent no matter what happens. Tsubaki kills the first paladin with the Beast Killer. Depending on if he takes damage or not will change what I do only very slightly.
Can I help? So sorry. All right.
Thanks to Elbow Room, Parry can kill the paladins in one hit with the Beast Killer. By swapping Tsubaki to the Forged Iron Lance, Setsuna is able to kill the Lancers. I can also crit. Replica chips the second Lancer so Gunther does enough damage for a kill.
You have my support. Age and guile.
And for the first time since chapter 13, he levels up.
How disappointing.
Effie weakens the final Lancer for Laszlo to kill. Felicia will then be able to heal Laszlo back to full HP, which is very important for a later turn.
It's over now. Why, yes.
We've got trouble.
Now I start moving my units towards the leftmost Dragon Vein, except for Obero and Baruka, who will be going closer towards the middle to serve as a distraction for most of the Wyvern Lords. I also have Gunther be the parrot partner for Obero since it gives her a crucial amount of strength with the parrot bonus. Some of the wyverns in this group have Savage Flow, which is the only thing that's really threatening to Obero and Baruka. I'm able to get rid of one of the 4 that have it by weakening them with Obero. With Ren Heaven, it's an exact kill, but even if she doesn't kill, the Wyvern Lord will die on enemy phase guaranteed, never being able to get it off.
Watch your back, son.
Baruka stands on a mountain tile holding the dual club. The majority of the enemies will prefer to attack her instead of Obero, so I want her to have as much of a chance to dodge as possible. The other side I want to have kill the 3 Great Knights near the Dragon Vein, so I can use it on the 3 Wyvern Lords instead. I have to be careful about the Wyvern with the hammer, but I can get to the bottom Great Knight with Effie without going in range of it.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Setsuno weakens the second one for parry so she can kill in one shot again.
Send this here.
Let's get started.
We'll be just fine.
Korin trades Tsubaki to Felicia so we can take the Beast Killer and kill the last Great Knight.
What should we do? Whoa, whoa,
Phew.
This is why Tsubaki needed to be at full HP here. Without an HP tonic, he dies with exact damage. Luckily the enemies move in the same order every time, and the one with lunge always goes first, so Tsubaki will be inaccessible to all 3 Wyvern Lords on this turn. With the guard gauge, he's completely safe. The situation that Obero and Baruka are in does look dangerous, and yes, they can die from it, but the odds are heavily in their favor. I don't actually need to kill every unit this turn, so crits don't matter as much as it looks like they do. Most enemies are hitting Baruka as well, who has Soul for free healing mid-turn. If someone's able to explain why the music changes when fighting the heroes, that would be awesome.
Who's next?
I will protect you. You're welcome.
Time to play!
Everything is fine. That was close.
Finishing the mission!
The reason why Baruka can't kill this hero, but can kill the others, is because this one very conveniently gets to stand on a forest tile.
It's not your time.
Time to play! Mission accomplished.
I'm now able to use the Dragon Vein on the Wyvern Lords, but first I milk some extra weapon experience from them.
Let's share this one. Okay, let's go.
Ready for this?
We can win this one.
I think it's pretty dumb that you have to watch the Dragon Vein cutscene to see how much money you got from it, but the amount is consistent anyways, so who cares?
Shall we?
If Baruka and Oboro were a bit weaker, I would usually spend this turn healing at least one of them. Enough enemies are dead though for me to feel safe attacking the Tomahawk enemies with Savage Blow, who are the real threats. I can easily kill the one that attacked Oboro thanks to Seal Defense.
Finishing the mission! We've got this!
Oboro attacks the other one. She has a fine enough chance to kill since she doubles with a 36% chance for Ren Heaven on top of the crit chance.
Looks like a win.
You're welcome.
Target silenced.
No need to despair.
This Wyvern Lord annoyingly gets weapon triangle advantage over Baruka, so it'll take an extra round of combat to kill. If you're wondering why I'm using the dual club rather than any other weapon, is because it gave Baruka the most effective crit chance against the Wyvern Lords. The Killer Axe had more crit, but it was so weak that it would have to crit twice to kill at full health, not to mention the heroes. The entire second wave of enemies are now gone, which only leaves the final set. I spend the next few turns healing everyone and letting people's debuffs wear off a bit.
Shall we?
I switch back to Gunter for the extra movement. Baruka and Oboro are gonna mostly be serving as distractions for the Wyvern Lords, since they're by far the most dangerous enemies on the field.
Gotta eliminate it. We can do this together.
I live to serve.
Out of my way.
Back at the top, I want to keep all of the Great Knights in range of the Dragon Vein, while also keeping my units healthy. Luckily for me, the two enemies with the Beast Killer and Hammer are also the two with Lunge, and always end up just barely not being able to reach Effie where she's standing.
Did we win?
Let you down.
My units at the top are now slowly being sandwiched by a bunch of units. The Dragon Vein is able to conveniently take care of 5 of them at once though. Now all I can really do is just wait until the rest of the enemies get closer.
Yay, violence!
That'll help.
Baruka and Oboro are gonna continue retreating. This will cause the Paladins to change their targets to the other units, but that's actually a good thing. They struggle a lot with the Paladins by themselves because of the spears that they carry. Pair that with Savage Blow and the hits from silver weapons, and you have a disaster on your hands.
Ready for this?
While I would like to lure over the wyverns with the dragon veins, and it probably is possible to do so, I think it's way too dangerous to reliably do it, so I have Obro and Bruca start working on killing them instead. Of course, I'll be trying to kill the ones with Savage Blow first, but you could also argue that the Armored Blow ones are more important to take out, since I can't really damage them on enemy phase at all.
Reminds me of the old days.
You're gonna need stitches! Done already? Our prey.
That was close.
Be ready!
That could not have possibly went in a better direction. The topside is just gonna wait at the edge of enemy range to pull them closer. Thanks to Seal Defense and Lunge, this part is an absolute nightmare. As far as I can tell, enemy movements are also random. Interestingly, Percy is probably the least threatening unit on this map. Unfortunate consequence of being stuck unpromoted.
Alright, let's go. We've got this.
The only thing I really need to be careful about this turn is staying out of the Paladin range, since they're the only thing that's actually lethal to my top units.
Ready to go.
Surprisingly, the Lancers can't even kill Felicia with a spear.
Let's get started.
But heroes always fail. I'll be your shield.
All right! Oh, are we fighting?
Obro and Bruca are pretty much done with their part. They still have to kill the remaining enemies, of course, but that's no problem at all for them. Shoutouts to overleveling.
You've got. I'll protect you.
Remain focused. You're lucky I'm here.
How shall we proceed?
The rest of the map is mostly cleanup. The top army doesn't struggle that much against the remaining enemies thanks to how spread out they are, but I do actually make one mistake out of greed.
It'll be fine.
I try to use Setsuna and Felicia to kill the final Lancer here without really thinking much about the consequences. He doesn't have Lunge, so keeping him alive was completely safe, but now I had to just hope that I got lucky enough for Setsuna to dodge one of the two attacks coming her way.
I'm all. One more.
I'm happy.
While that could have been devastating, I at the very least got Setsuna and Tsubaki a level up.
Oh.
I suppose I'll help. I'll help.
The last Paladin is now locked at 2 range, so I can safely use it to set up a kill for parry and get Defender.
Let's do this.
Ready for this?
Let's share this one.
Come on, smile for me.
That was too easy. Yay, violence!
The final enemy is the wyvern near Obero and Baruka, who I could just use to get an extra 500 gold, but I honestly just didn't really care enough to spend the time doing it, so I decided to kill it instead.
No mercy.
This scum doesn't stand a chance!